Okay, case 1. Please identify the 3 most important aspects of the buyer's business for each case. On the first case, I think the 3 most important aspects would be to understand the customer's marketing campaign and to know their positioning objectives. That way you can create a party that will line up with their marketing campaign as well as their brand. I think it's also important to create a graphic that is visually pleasing that also ties in with the marketing campaign. Question 2. You will get caught up in listening to the jargon or trying to observe body language. Identify how that might have interfered with your ability to identify the buyer's biggest concern. Getting caught up in the jargon and the body language of someone else would prevent you from actually listening to what they're physically saying. And since this customer is already suspicious of me, I would have to be very intelligent with all my answers and give specific answers. That way it will come across as I know what I'm doing. And then 3, what techniques do you use to understand the buyers? I would use my past experience and knowledge in party planning to better understand the buyer. Because the buyer is already skeptical of me, I would do my best to try to make them feel as confident as possible by letting them know of my experience, of my knowledge, and just doing my very best to make the party the best I can. Case 2. Please identify the 3 most important aspects of the buyer's business. So I think the most important aspects would be to have a good site selection team that would be able to determine the most efficient location to place a business, and a team that has a good understanding of the demographics of the community and that can determine which layouts will suit which business better. You will get caught up in listening to the jargon or trying to observe the body language. Please identify how that might have interfered with your ability to identify the buyer's biggest concern. Because these are the biggest and best retail chains, I would need to understand their jargon and be able to keep up with their vocabulary in order to seem like I know what I'm doing. And I would also have to learn from my past experience and use my knowledge to make the best decisions. What techniques do you use to understand the buyers? I would try to have a good understanding of each company that I'm working for because each company needs a different layout and a different location. So I would do my best to understand what would best suit them. Case 3. Please identify the 3 most important aspects of the buyer's business. I think it's important that they use products that are better for the environment, such as polystyrene foam. It's also important that we know which products will earn the buyer the most profit, and also it's important that we train the buyers and help them to increase their margins. You will get caught up in listening to the jargon or trying to observe the body language. How might that have interfered with your ability to identify the buyer's biggest concerns? Because the buyer thinks that I'm ignorant and would need careful explanations, I would listen closely to what they're asking and give very specific and precise answers. That way to ensue confidence in them, and that would also let them know that I know what I'm doing and to just gain their confidence. And what techniques do you use to understand the buyers? I would listen closely for any specific doubts that the buyers might have, and I would do my best to thoroughly explain my thoughts and my plans in order to make the buyers feel more at ease.